Hi everyone. So I wanted to do a little video on the different types of colored contact lenses. It was requested by viewer Dillmore, and from the little bit of research that I did here, there's about 4 different types, categories of colored contacts. I didn't want to steal any pictures that I wasn't supposed to, so I drew my own. They're very nice. The first one I'm going to talk about is like a tint, like a clear tint. Basically, it's like a regular contact, but it has all over a nice, even tint of a color. Fresh Look makes these, and I used to wear them. They were my favorite of the lenses that I used to wear that were colored. They're really nice. They wear just like a regular lens. They didn't really have any side effects. They weren't uncomfortable, and they look a bit more natural than the other varieties available. So some different ones. There's Fresh Look soft colors, which are the ones that I used to wear, and they're really nice. They're particularly best for people with light eyes like myself, as opposed to people with dark brown eyes. I'm not sure they would work very well for that. $54 for a box of 6. I was using Clearly contacts as my reference for all this. So, reasonable price, you know, depending on what you're looking for. There's also Fresh Look Dimensions, which they said they were semi-transparent for light eyes, and they're $47 for a box of 6. And AccuView 2 Enhancers, they say they brighten light eyes, and $45 for a box of 6. So pretty much all comparable in price. Again, like when I wear them, I used to wear a green pair, and I had sort of like an apple green eye when I wore them. It was really neat. You could still see all the lines and everything that are naturally in my eyes, but they were quite striking. Next up, we have the opaque or full shaded, and I think some people call these circle lenses as well. These ones are particularly best for people with dark eyes. They're good for sort of giving you like a change of eye color if your eyes are quite dark. And personally, when I used to wear them, I found that they felt a little thicker and almost larger in diameter. They didn't agree very well for myself, but I do know of other people who wear them daily and have no troubles with them. For myself, when I would I could take one clean, fresh out of the package, in perfect, ideal condition, and put it in, and for myself, it felt like there was 1,000 carpet fibers on it. Like, it was the worst thing ever. I was really young when I wore them, so I would just put them in, tough it out for 5 minutes, and then I found that I'd be okay, and I'd wear them throughout the day. Probably not the best idea. Anyways, again, some people love them and have no trouble at all with them. They can occasionally look less natural because they have like an actual print on them, as you can see from my lovely diagram here. And but they are good for people with quite dark eyes. So there's Splash of Color, there's Fresh Look Colors Opaques, and there's one called Color Blends that also has the option of a color contact in a toric lens, so people with astigmatism, which is pretty cool. I also found one that was really neat. It was called Sparkles Gold, and they say that it adds a shimmer of gold around the edges of your iris to enhance your natural color. They said that they're okay for 3 to 6 months of wear, and they were $30 a lens, so more expensive, but a pretty neat idea. And there's also Fresh Look Opaque One Day lenses, which is cool because I really love dailies, and so it gives like the daily lovers a chance. Or if you wear them very rarely, you could just open up a fresh pack and then toss them afterwards. $20 for 10 lenses on that one, so that's not too bad. The next one is, I had a tough time finding information on it. I was pretty sure I've seen them on Clearly Contacts a few months ago, but I couldn't find them. And then I even checked 1-800 Contacts and another site as well, and I just couldn't find them anywhere. I'm not sure of the proper name for them, and I couldn't find a price on them either. But I think they're called the circle lens as well, or the ring. It's basically just a clear lens, and on the very outer edge of it, pretty much it would encircle the edge of my iris on the outside. They just put a black ring so it sort of gives like a pop of intensity to your natural eye and also makes them look bigger. They're pretty cool. I saw Goss makeup artist use them in a little video just to feature them, and he was saying how much he loved them because they really made your eyes stand out. Pretty cool idea. They do look pretty natural and passable depending on your natural eye color. You can still see all your regular eye features and everything, which is pretty neat. Just sort of changes it up a bit. The last lens on my list here is a novelty or a Halloween lens. I drew us the lovely cat eye here with my yellow highlighter. They come in a crazy, enormous variety of options. There's spider ones, there's cool green ones, there's a full whiteout one where they said that there's no vision to them, but if you want it, there's the option of having a completely white eye. There's the blackout ones that are pretty neat. And on Clearly Contacts, a lot of them were made by a brand called Marietta Vision. They were about $29 to $35 per lens when you buy 2 lenses. So anyways, occasionally those will be weighted. If you get like a cat eye one and you get like a really nice one, it might be weighted at the bottom so that the lenses won't do their natural tendency to swirl. They'll stay in their proper alignment of being a cat, which is a pretty neat option. They also make ones that glow in the dark, which I think is pretty cool. Ones with stars on them or images. I've seen ones with words on them before. So those are pretty cool, and again, like $29 to $35 per lens from Clearly Contacts. I would say the Halloween ones are pretty similar to the opaque ones, these guys here, in that they can feel a little large or maybe kind of thick. I know a few people who've tried them and they found that they were just too scratchy, that they couldn't leave them in. Again, I do know of other people who wear them, more frequently and don't have any trouble. So it would be definitely a personal preference thing. So anyways, you can buy these contacts online, Clearly Contacts, 1-800-CONTACTS, and there's another one, I think it was called Lens Direct, pretty much anywhere you like. They often come in the option of a 0 prescription, non-prescription, and then any prescription you need. So some pretty neat options if you want something a little different from the regular clear ones. And that pretty much sums it up. So if you're thinking about trying some lenses, take a poke around. There's definitely some different ones you could try out. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.